Welcome into the Gridiron Now studios. I'm Amanda Borges here with Frank Frangie. Let's talk Georgia. The Bulldogs really struggled against the Gators Saturday. Frank, why did it go so wrong for the Bulldogs?
I think the karma, the psychology is all bad for Georgia right now, particularly against Florida. They can't get out of their own way. There's noise in the system about the coach. I think all that went wrong. The thing that surprised me the most, though, is the way they lost the line of scrimmage. I never in a million years thought Florida would rush for over 200 yards against them. I thought Georgia quit a little bit. I thought their will to win faded a little bit. And they didn't make plays. Rome in the corner of the end zone's got to catch the touchdown pass to tight end. Reggie Davis fumbled a punt and then dropped the pass wide open on a crossing route when the game was still in doubt. I thought Georgia had a chance to make plays, did not make plays. I thought they quit a little bit. I thought their will to win faded, and they really got beat at the line of scrimmage. That surprised me. I thought Georgia would fight Florida. The line was like 2 points. I think at game time it was like a point. Nobody saw a 24-point final. I thought Georgia quit on Mark Richt a little bit, and I thought Georgia quit.
It seemed that playing quarterback Fatone Bauta was a bad decision. Do you agree with that?
He didn't play very well. Obviously, he threw a bunch of interceptions. He turned the ball over. The game was pretty big for a guy that had never played one. So, yeah, it probably was a bad decision. I do think he had a few drops. I talked about him a minute ago with Rome and Davis on the crossing route. More than that, though, I don't think it would have mattered. Probably in retrospect, you play Grayson Lambert because he's been out there. You're playing instead of a guy that wasn't out there. The biggest that everyone's talking about is why play Fatone Bauta if you're not going to run the quarterback more. He's a running quarterback. That was the whole idea. Play a running quarterback. Florida's had trouble against running quarterbacks. Why not run him a little bit more? That surprised me a little bit.
Well, moving forward, do you think the Bulldogs can pick up the pieces?
You know, I don't know. I think that game at Auburn is going to be hard for Georgia. I don't think anybody debates that. I think the psyche of that team is not very good right now. I don't think Georgia Tech's a very good team, but they just did beat them. I think it's a tough finish for Georgia. I really do. I even think the Kentucky game is going to be tough. So I think they'll beat Kentucky. I think they'll beat Georgia Southern. I'm not sure they win at Georgia Tech or at Auburn, and then the Georgia Tech game's tough. So I'm not sure they pick up the pieces. This is a season where everybody expected them to go to Atlanta. I think it could be a crash and burn end of the season for the Bulldogs.
How does this loss affect Mark Richt's job?
Yeah, Amanda, that's what everybody's talking about. Look, here's reality. Mark's a great guy, great coach. Bulldogs seem to like him, and I like him. He's one of my favorite people in college football, and I mean that very sincerely. I really like Mark Richt. But I don't get the impression the culture is going to change a whole lot under Mark when they play teams like Florida. They've lost their mojo. They've lost their fight. Something is missing. Now, look, they get Jacob Eason next year, who is the quarterback of all quarterback recruits. Can one player, one 18-year-old kid who's coming in January, change the fortunes of an entire program? I'm not sure he can. Apart from that, I don't know how Georgia turns it around. I don't think Mark Richt is going to get fired. A lot of national media guys now are saying maybe it'd be better for both if there's a departure or a parting of the ways. I don't think Mark's going to lose his job, but I understand that there's a lot of noise in the system, and I'm not surprised by it.
Well, we'll have to see what happens. Yeah. For more on the SEC, check out gridironnow.com. We'll see you next time.